because my husband's Air Force and he was gone, and I wanted to work out and lose all that baby weight. And so that's where I started. And I started my life as an employee there in kids gym because I have a big background in child development, had my own daycare, etc., etc. But him being gone, I decided I gotta lose this baby weight. Worked out.
Discipline and drive, personal trainer mindset, helping you thrive. Raise a glass, let's level up your health. This is cheers to health.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Cheers to Health. Of course, you got to have Brian, that bad man Torres, with his crooked mustache. And of course, I got to have Omar Torres here with me. What? Omar, why don't you go ahead and do us the honors of introducing our guests for today, sir?
Of course. Today, we have Jill Koch. So, with Jill, I want to say something before I, get carried away. Whenever I first got here to Colorado, I want to continue, personal training. And it's a little bit more difficult doing things, by yourself. Because coming out of the military, you're a community. You're always doing certain jobs and stuff. You're already set up with a group of people. Well, when I came to Colorado and applied for a job, I was fortunate enough to get the gig over at Jill's YMCA Briargate. And I'm going to tell you, dude, whenever you're a personal trainer, it can be rough. It can be rough because you're a lone ranger. That's what happened to me while I was in Germany. I was doing my thing. And I didn't know if I was doing things right or if I was, going about it the way you're supposed to as a trainer. But I was lucky enough to get, some mentors and then also have another mentor, Jill. She doesn't know it, but she's a mentor of mine because she's an awesome leader. She's been doing things for the YMCA and helping us personal trainers, be successful. And that's why, I keep saying it, man. The YMCA growing up, I didn't think it was a big deal, but it's a big deal, dude. Okay. It's a big deal, especially with people like Jill, making sure that the members, the staff, everybody's happy and we keep growing. And yeah, but anyways, I just wanted to put that out there and say thank you, Jill, for giving me this opportunity and being part of the Y. Yeah.
Let's go, Jill.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
You
But
make it
Jill,
awesome.
I appreciate you. Tell us about yourself. Tell us, from growing up and why you became the Healthy Living Director of the YMCA at Briargate.
Wow, that's a long story.
Let's get it.
I'll shorten it. I'll condense it. So my Y life started in Las Vegas, Nevada, because my husband's Air Force and he was gone, and I wanted to work out and lose all that baby weight. And so that's where I started. And I started my life as an employee there in kids gym because I have a big background in child development, had my own daycare, etc., etc. But him being gone, I decided I gotta lose this baby weight. Worked out. They saw me. They told me about this position open. I worked there for kids gym. Then they saw me keep doing body pump for Les Mills. And I got certified in body pump and taught body pump. Then got my personal training cert with NASM and became a trainer, small group trainer and floor supervisor there. My supervisor was awesome. Gave me opportunities to grow and do things that she does and learn what she does, scheduling group X, etc. And then I actually had like 6 classes a week before I left, or 6 or 7, and then subbing some and doing small group and personal training. Loved it. Came to Colorado and loved how it was looking. And then now I'm too busy. But anyway, being here, I met Jan and Noble and I met Libby, and those were 2 people that were working at the Y at Briargate at this time and said, you should work here, etc., etc. And I took a few classes there as a member, and then I came home, told my husband, hey, this position for Healthy Living Director is open, and he said, you should try for it. And so I did, and lo and behold, here I am, Healthy Living Director at Briargate Y for 6.5 years. Love it.
Ooh.
And I don't get to train and do all those things. I could if I had time, but we do have Briargate's the busiest YMCA in Colorado Springs. So I'm proud of that. And it's people like Omar that make that happen. And I just love my job now. I love what I do. I love being able to help all of you guys. I always say I work for you guys. I'm here to make sure you guys get the support you need. So I oversee personal training, small group training, the Healthy Living Center, Ninja Zone, which is new for kiddos. I oversee the Wellness Center, which is brand new, which you can get a sauna, red light sauna, hydrotherapy, cryo,
Yeah.
and massages.
Wow.
So yeah, I do sneak in there. It's nice.
Yeah.
And then I also oversee our HOAs with personal training and small group training and Group X and Water X. And it's just a good time. I love it. I love all the staff I work with.
Y'all
That's
got a
Yeah.
really,
lot of stuff.
it's a lot of stuff,
Yeah,
but it's fun.
I was about to say, like I mentioned before, the Y growing up, we had that little Y in Guthrie where me and Brian are from. And it's just like this little, looks like a home gym kind of deal with some
Mhm.
treadmills and then some old weights. But depending on the location, shoot, those things are everywhere and they're amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanna give a shout out to my
And
YMCA here in Edmond, Oklahoma. Mitch Park, they
Nice.
have I go walking over there, and their trail is so long. I mean, 30 minutes is usually where I get to go on a walk, and I still haven't even done the whole thing yet. I do about quarter of the place there, and I mean, it's so great just to
your
be able
game
to
up,
get
dude.
out there and enjoy it, yeah.
Cool.
Step your game up, dude.
I'm trying,
Jeez.
man. Fuck.
Be able to do
I
Uh,
mean,
that.
I only do the fitness part of things. There is swimming. There is
Yeah,
so many things to do at the Y. All the kid
exactly.
programs. We have camp right now. You've
oh,
seen all the
wow.
kids, right, Omar?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of kids. So
And I come in there around the time where all the parents are dropping their kids off. So, I mean, I'll be lucky if I get a parking spot. And then I got to
yeah.
get my minions, rounded up. But no, it's always busy, like you said. And I didn't realize how busy it was until I hear like other people talking about how busy it is. Because I'm
Yeah.
only there in the morning. But then we went to the senior games and they were talking about it. Like, oh, you work at the White at Briargate? Like that's the one, that's the busiest one. You must get a lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I
Awesome.
walked out of the wellness center at like 2 o'clock today and couldn't believe how many people were on the treadmills and stuff. It
Oh,
was
Oh
wow.
yeah.
packed. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That means you're doing an awesome job making
Yep.
sure that everybody enjoys being at the Y.
Mhm.
'Cause,
I
I mean,
try.
there's gyms out there where it can be intimidating and people ain't going to go in there. It's a
Right.
great place. And we talked about this with Justin. Justin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's different gyms. Yeah, there's those gyms where, you see like all the power lifters, but it can be a little more intimidating. But the Y is like for everybody. Like, you
Yeah.
can come in there, never been in and just, holler at somebody for help and they don't mind helping. Everybody's
Mhm.
nice. And I always tell everybody that I, have a consultation, jumpstart. If you don't work out with me, that's cool. Or if you don't want to train with me, that's fine. There's always people here willing to, lend a hand, give you some tips, advice, and all that stuff.
Right.
So that's, yeah,
Why? I
kind
mean,
of,
the 2 words in our mission, the last 2 words, "for all," and it's not it's for all.
Yep.
yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. So for people, I know it's a big struggle because I see, my wife and other people that I know struggle. You said you started, this wellness journey whenever, you were trying to get rid of your baby weight, as you call it, right? So what are the biggest struggles going through that?
Getting in there. I would
Yeah.
say your first struggle is setting goals and getting in there and making sure you get there. And what got me there the most was the people around me and the energy and the motivation you saw through other people and the community there. And so that kept me going. Like the classes I took and the people willing to show me how to use the equipment properly. That was the best thing ever because I felt intimidated, and that is the number one part of my job right now is to make sure that we all make sure that no one walks in there feeling intimidated like I did. So,
Yeah. And I've noticed even at RY, Briargate, there's different areas where members go to either get stretches in. And one of them that I hear more often is when somebody's intimidated, there's an area around the track where people go. And I
yes.
thought I was like, they still get it in and with some machines that are
Mhm.
pretty self-explanatory. They have little diagrams and stuff. So they'll still be able to get that workout in and eventually, transition over to the cardio room, then, the weight room. So I
Right.
think that's amazing to get those kind of like stepping stones in a way to get towards, more goals
Mhm.
going to your better self.
And that was my biggest thing, knowing that people had a hard time stretching down there and with all the new equipment. So I did try and make a specific space in the track area so you could stretch and not a
Yeah.
bunch of people around. So
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah. I've been in there stretching,
Good.
you know, get a
But
little
that is
run
a
in
good
and then
thing as well that you guys are welcoming because I know a lot like I said, a lot of people are just intimidated by going to the gym. So
Yeah.
just being welcoming is a big deal for a lot of folks. A lot of people are already shy and already timid about going in there, and then nobody really talking to them. But if you guys are welcoming, I mean, they're like, "Oh, okay, well, cool. This is pretty this isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be." So that's awesome for you guys doing that.
yeah. No, yeah. Doing awesome. Keep
Love
doing
it.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are some other challenges that you face through, your wellness journey? I know everybody has something where, it's been lingering. It probably still is lingering where, it's hard to overcome. But for us and this podcast is we want people to kind of relate, or maybe they're going through some similar to help them go through and become a better person out of it. Is there anything specifically where you were struggling and you were maybe felt alone and were like, okay, man, I don't know what to do. But then you found somebody or you found something that helped you go through that.
For me, and when I was doing it, it was the camaraderie of the Group X team. So it depends where you're at. Like, are you a person who's willing to do a group fitness class and, feel a little intimidated at first, but I did let the instructor know, hey, I'm new at this. And they made me feel welcome in there and making sure that I knew the form, if I was doing my form properly, or also what weights and stuff I needed for the class at the beginning. That was huge because, like, walking into a classroom with a bunch of people can be intimidating. However, what's nice about the Y is there's a lot of members who are willing to jump in and help and make you
Mhm.
feel comfortable. And then if I went into the gym, it was more or less there were personal trainers there on the floor that would help me notice that I was struggling or I didn't know what I was doing, and they would come up and help me as well. That was huge for me. And then just getting to know some people in the Y that are members too and going through the same things I'm going through was huge.
Yeah, because that's what happens a lot of the time is a lot of the people that you talk to, they might be going through some similar struggles, whether you're having a
Right.
bad day or something happened and you don't know who to talk to. Just socializing at the gym, it might,
Mhm.
come up and shoot, you never know. That person might be going through that same struggle. And there you go. You got a buddy and both of y'all can go through it together and you can come out even better than you were before. So that's
Yeah.
what's awesome about, the why is seeing all kinds of people and it's still, there's still something similar and
Mhm.
everybody's gone through something. So yeah.
Well, I
Heck yeah.
even met with a member the other day and just talking to her, same scenario. 3 kids, wanted to lose the baby weight, came to the Y, built that camaraderie and the fun and the energy and the getting to know the instructors and all of those things. It was the same kind of story as mine. So we we were exactly alike almost. So it was kind of nice.
Mhm.
So once you start opening your door to getting to know people, you'll realize that there's so many similarities.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
So what would you say going through your, wellness journey is one of the biggest things that helped you through that? What is one of the biggest like habits or routines that you have implemented into your life that has, helped you out in the long run?
If I go back to when I had little ones, it was getting them up, doing their routine, get them fed, et cetera, and then we knew next step was the why. So just building that routine, that schedule of knowing this is the process and this is what we're doing every morning, and getting my
Mm.
kids okay to go to learn and play. Like that was I had one that would cry for like 20 minutes. Finally,
Oh
I
yeah.
looked him all in the eye and said, I'm going to the gym. It makes mom better. And
Yep.
so I got them in there. They gradually loved it after so many times. I did like 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 20 minutes. Then pretty soon I could do 2 hours. And so it's just building that routine and knowing that's your goal. Set your goals. I'm huge on goal setting for myself and knowing what I want, but goals that I can achieve. You always want to set goals you know you can achieve. And
Mhm.
yes, it may take a minute, but make sure it's something that you know you can accomplish
Mm-hmm.
so you don't set
Oh yeah.
yourself up for failure. So,
That's true. That's very true. And we actually have a cousin who is a or who was a director at a gym in Texas, I
oh,
believe.
that's cool.
Isn't it Texas? Yeah. And he was saying the similar thing where a lot of people go into the gym and they're lost because they don't have a goal, they don't have a plan.
Mhm.
And that's where, trainers or other people around you could help you out. So if you're
Yep.
lost, hey, reach out. Because even the Y, I mean, they have a jump start where at least they'll give you something to go off of, and then if you need a trainer, we got you. We got you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like if you're in the gym, a lot of people just wanna talk about the gym too. So, I mean, a lot of people would be willing to give you what they do, and just different things. It's all about, that community in there. The gym community is actually pretty cool. There are a lot of helpful folks in there who just wanna share what they have and what they've learned, and they'll be more than willing 90% of the time to tell you, "Hey, this is how you do it. This is what I'm doing. If you want to, I
Yeah.
can send you what I'm doing." And so just about reaching out and just making connections with people.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that's true. A big thing that helped me out with the why is as a parent, it can be hard to juggle, prioritizing, going to the gym and making sure your kids are taken
Mhm.
care of properly. And the why and going through that training, it made me realize how awesome the why is. It was
Presidian.
yeah, that one. It was the sexual, what is the abuse prevention
Yeah. The
training?
child sexual abuse prevention for it.
And
It's called Presidium. Yeah.
yeah. And with that, these people that take care of your kids, they go through multiple background checks to make sure they're properly trained and they don't have
Mhm.
anything crazy going on. And if it does, I just learned that anybody that scans their card, shoot, if they've been on that
Oh,
record, they got your tail. Okay?
yeah. You don't get to come in.
Good.
Yeah. They ain't coming
You do
in.
not
They're
get to come
going
in. We have too
they're
many
going
kiddos there. So,
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, and that's what's awesome about it because
But that
I
is
mean,
good to hear.
being a parent, that's like your biggest freaking fear is some weirdo creeping up
Mhm.
on them or something like that. And unfortunately, like we have this world that there is those people. So
Mhm.
with the why having that kind of deal is like, yeah, that's very important, especially with all these camps and sports and all that
Yep.
stuff. All those people go through certain backgrounds to make sure they ain't gonna be no weirdos.
There you go.
and not
Yeah,
just that, like there's intense training through the Y, making sure
yeah,
you're careful with kiddos and you're teaching them and guiding them and all the scenarios. So it's great. If I was always that helicopter mom. And so for me to leave my kiddos at the YMCA in the daycare, because I did daycare, so I knew all the stuff that could happen, all the
oh, that's
things.
true. Yeah.
I was a helicopter mom and I made sure they were safe and I trusted the Y daycare. So
No, and the kids love it. I mean,
yeah, they do
once they
activities.
get in there, get comfortable,
Yeah,
then they start chatting, they start having a good time, they build
Mhm.
relationships in there, and it makes it easier for even if they're not in school to make that transition even better to socialize whenever they do go to school, to a public school or something like that. So
yeah,
it's awesome. It's been awesome.
yeah,
And that's good, man.
Definitely.
That's with a lot of people, it's the healthy habits. At
yeah,
first we're not gonna wanna do it. We're not gonna wanna do it. We're gonna fight it and we're gonna, cry about it, whatever, throw a fit. But once you get there and you start enjoying it, then you start becoming a habit of doing it. Even as an adult, we don't wanna go there. We're like, "Oh gosh, here we go. We gotta start this again." And so we just slowly just start getting and once we're there, we're like, "Oh, this ain't too bad." And then again, just building those healthy habits, which is amazing to even teach your kids at that young age. Like, hey, remember when we started going to the gym? We didn't want to at first, but we got there. It was cool, and then you wanted to go back. So same thing with going to football practice now. Maybe you don't want to go today, but guess what? Once you get there, you're gonna love it. And the next day, we're gonna get better and better.
right.
Mhm.
That's exactly it. And start
Hmm.
from scratch. Start from
Absolutely.
scratch.
No,
Yeah,
and that's what I always say is, well, especially for the Y, you got all these sports, and it's a good way or a great way to get your kids into a little bit of everything, get them familiar with the sports, and eventually down the road, they'll figure out like which one is their sport they want to,
Hmm.
keep pursuing, invest more into. And I think that's great because especially getting these kids as worn out as possible. I mean, it's hard, but I mean, at least they
that
try.
that's how I have a baseball player now. 'Cause, like,
Yep.
I took
Yeah.
him to soccer for in Las Vegas for the sports for the Y. And then we came here and he tried basketball and baseball. He loved baseball. So now I got a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he's doing awesome. So it's just getting to
What?
know. I love the little camps so they know you can see what they're going to want and what they're going to be good
Yep,
on.
that's true. Dang. No, that's gonna be interesting. My dudes are a little bitty, but I can already see one of them kind of trying to navigate towards one sport a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. What position does he play?
Gosh, he's pitcher, catcher, third base. So
Oh,
he's tried
wow.
all of it, but those are what he's best at.
Nice.
Pitcher.
Yeah.
I've been talking to people about this position, and this position is gnarly. Like you have to have dip because I mean, me and Brian growing up, we played baseball, and our old man would give us this ball with dots on it to get our hand positioning for different types of balls to throw. That stuff is even hard. Like you have to throw it a certain way and things. These freaking
Well,
98 miles an hour
you
balls
gotta
and stuff.
own it. Like that's your game at that point. You own
Mhm.
it. You're the
There
owner
you
of
go.
that team at that time. You're
Mhm.
controlling
Mm,
what's gonna happen.
that's true.
So
I told everybody why I didn't pursue baseball is because I was scared of the ball. That thing is dangerous, man. Shoot. I tried going to the batting cages not too long ago. I think it was last year. And I thought I could just go back in there and swing. Mm-mm. My reaction time is gone. I don't know what the heck happened, but I could not get any kind of contact on that ball. It's like, what the?
Now I gotta try it. That's
I gotta
awesome.
practice
the
more.
older we get,
Ooh.
things change.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta do something with that.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's personal
So
training.
going, yeah, seriously. I got other things that I'm doing. Okay, I don't have time to be swinging bats.
Nah, that's unexcusable.
Oh, okay, okay.
Unexcusable. We don't do that.
One thing that we talk about a lot is harmony. Harmony, as in, keeping everything together and making sure we still go towards, that better version of ourselves. How do you keep that harmony with all this stuff, especially being the healthy living director of a busy YMCA?
So how do I keep my family
Yeah,
and all the things going?
exactly.
Time management, which is
Mhm.
very hard.
Yep.
Because you've seen me, things fall in my lap all of a sudden, but it's take a deep breath, march forward, set your goals, create the schedule. And yeah, because I'll tell you what, my husband and I have had those moments like, who's picking him up from baseball? Who's picking
Mhm.
the kid up from? Thankful I have a daughter now that can drive, but still that's scary.
Yep.
But all I can say is time management is key. Setting those goals always key, and knowing what you want to achieve also is key throughout the
Mhm.
whole family and your own journey.
Yeah.
Like, so don't forget yourself is what I always say. You cannot forget that you need to work. This is me speaking, and I don't always do what I tell myself, but working out for yourself is key to taking care of your family. It's huge. You have to
Absolutely.
take care of yourself because you're
Yep.
number one to get it all going. So
Mhm.
Yes.
I say,
Well said.
That's true.
Well said.
That's something I say as well is, hey, you can't take care of them if you ain't taken care of.
right.
So you got to make sure you stay on it.
Yep.
If you want to be the person that holds it down, that wants to, do everything, you got to take care of yourself first.
Yep.
That's the only way you're going to be able to do that, especially for a long run. Yeah, you
Right.
can probably do it for a little bit. That's something that I tell our cousin because he works like crazy. And I tell him, I'm like, hey,
Calm down.
well, I don't know about
Calm
now.
down. Calm down, man.
Kyle?
Kyle, this is for you, boy. I know
Yep.
who's talking about Kyle. Boy, Kyle,
Like,
don't, Omar, don't try to, no.
I got to look out for him. But he's got kids, he's got a family, and he's always working, and it's hard for him to get some. Well, last time I talked, okay, Brian,
That's
okay,
crazy. Do y'all have kids?
yeah,
Y'all got a family, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
exactly.
Y'all
That's
go
what
to
I'm
work?
saying. There's ways to get it done.
Yeah.
The job that you have can easily replace you.
Mhm.
So make sure you take care of yourself because I mean that job can like swap you out real quick. So take care of
And
you and your family before. Go ahead.
one thing I'm not good at is saying no, and I'm learning. So
Yeah. Yeah.
no can be a thing. Say
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. No, that's true. I'm the same way. Like, it's hard for me to say no. I mean, even if I have like, ooh, I have a little bit of room that I save for myself, and then there's something that comes up, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Or, I'll feel guilty if I don't or something like that.
Mhm.
It's okay to say no because some things are better off, saying no for you in the long run than just saying, okay, yeah, and then putting more stress on yourself,
Yeah,
putting more stress on your family because now you're out of it or, you're doing something else when you're supposed to be doing that. So, yeah, that's a good one.
absolutely, yep.
That's solid. So, tell us, what does healthy living, yeah, I can't even talk, healthy living mean to you?
To me? Well, it's mind and body. Like you got to take care of your mind as well, and
Yep.
it's all encompassed. Like your diet, your mind, your time you put for yourself, time you put for your family, time you put for working out, and also working out and staying fit. It's everything. So
Yeah. No, and that's why it's awesome that there's that wellness area at the YMCA now. Because
yes,
it's not
I love
just
that.
the working out, it's not just, the recreational activities, it's also the recovery process.
Right.
It's probably the most important part of being healthy is making sure you get that recovery before you go back and hit it again. Yeah.
And you hit
And you're
a
definitely doing it.
trigger word for me, my favorite. So mental health, you just said keeping your mind right. What do you do in order to keep that mind right? Like I said, you do a lot. I mean, my goodness, shout out to you. So what do you do to keep that, mental health under control and, healthy?
I find what makes me feel calm and cool. So for me, and everyone's gonna laugh, and Omar's probably seen me do this. When I'm overwhelmed or anything's driving me crazy, I clean. I deep clean. I throw crap out. I will clean out my car, clean my house, drive everyone nuts. But I tell my family, I'm going through it. Back off.
Mm,
So that's my time. I like to clean. To me, I think that's a way to clean my mind
yep.
and
Yep.
organize my life. And so that is how I cope or I do what I do when everything's too much. And I
Yep.
think it's important that you find the thing that helps you when things are too much or you're feeling overwhelmed. What helps you? Like cleaning may help me, but does running help someone else? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
No,
that's
that's true. I find myself, in the mornings, especially Sunday mornings, I usually make pancakes, but also clean and all that stuff for the family. And yeah, that's like my time. So I feel like that's the same kind of deal where it's a meditation kind of thing where you're just in your zone,
yes.
you're doing things. And then when somebody gets in your way, you're just like, I appreciate you trying to help, but I'm kind of just, this is me doing my thing.
It's
Yeah.
my moment. Or
Yeah.
even those mornings, because I agree with you on a Sunday morning, I like to get up when no one else is awake yet, and I have a cup of coffee, play with my dogs, let my dogs out, check my garden. So
Mhm.
it's just having that thing that makes you happy. Just
Yep.
you. No one
Yep.
else, just you.
That's true. Cause yeah, especially for people that like to people satisfy, they're like, "Ah, well, I gotta make sure, I'm taking care of this, taking care of him, her. You gotta step back a little bit and be like, okay, what about me? What
Yeah.
about like that song, that Toby Keith song?
Oh
I wanna
gosh.
talk about me, I
No,
wanna talk
what
about
about
I.
me? Yeah.
Number one on my me, my.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
exactly. He's saying some
So
truth.
again, this goes back to the why. So shout out to the why again. So I like to go on my walks for lunch now, and just like I said, it's just me. I don't even have music playing. I just enjoying the time to myself to kind of decompress from the day, and just go for a walk and enjoy the nature. Because I mean that trail is awesome. But again, just finding whatever makes you kind of calm down and do. I like to try to do some breathing exercises out there and just kind of just forget about what I was doing at work, forget about anything else, and just enjoy it.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. And no one should feel bad if they tell someone, "Hey, I need a minute. It's my time."
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Cause
Because if
sometimes I
you
gotta
ask
do
Yeah.
that.
kids,
No, I'll be like, "Bro, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm got this going on. Let me holler at you tomorrow." I've done that to Omar just because I gotta take care of this, and no disrespect to you, but let me talk to you tomorrow. And Omar's I think he gets it. Hopefully, if not, sorry about
Yeah.
you, bud.
No, I get you. No, I understand. I understand for sure. Because I mean, I think most of us have gone through something where things get overwhelming, and you put yourself in the books or some trying to get stuff knocked out. but you're just making a bigger mess out of it
Mhm.
with putting more on top of yourself. And then you start neglecting other things like family.
Yep.
Now they're like, "Hey, why don't you ever hang out with us?" It's like,
Yeah.
dude, step back, recollect, see what's really important. That's where, the cleaning and stuff, you start to realize the important things, prioritizing with them and just making sure that gets done before you move on. True stuff.
Truth.
Solid. I like
Yeah.
it. I'm saying.
Decent.
Yeah. So with the why, we talk about it being, about the families. What are some things that you think people overlook with the why, especially when it comes to family and activities, I guess?
Uh, that's a big question. So I don't think people understand what the why is all about. Like, we're about community. We get out there, we help with, community events like we're doing a children's hospital affair tomorrow. And then the senior games we just did. And then we're highly involved with the community. And then also we have the annual support campaign, which helps kiddos or even adults, seniors be able to do programs that they may not be able to afford or come to the Y if they can't afford it, or even let kiddos into sports that can't afford it. And
Mhm.
so the Y is we never turn anyone away. Like, there's no reason for us to turn anyone away. We always make it work and get them in there. And so I feel like that is never a real big thing people know about.
That's true. Whenever that campaign was being talked about initially, I wasn't really sure what it was, and I was kind of I was pushing back a little bit because I wasn't sure. Okay, I'm getting paid. Why am I going to put more money into the Y or if taxes and all that stuff? And then I'm like looking more into it. I talked to more people about it, and I see the benefits of it. You know what I mean? Like you said, they say no or they don't say no. If you want to be part of the Y, they're going to make it happen. If money's not an issue, they'll help you out. Because I know people do struggle, does
Mhm.
happen. But how are you going to get better? And we always talk about it being physically fit,
Mhm.
being socially fit. That's part of that mental health aspect where people neglect is, you have to socialize because that's how you get better. That's how your brain works is, being around people, seeing those emotions, interacting. And like we talked about, people might be going through the same issues. Maybe they overcame that. Maybe they can help you out.
Right.
So that's awesome. And yeah, I never thought about it, but yeah, shoot, now I would reach out, or if somebody has something like that, I think I reached out to you before about a single mom wanting to be part of the Y, but she didn't know if she could afford it. And I was like, "Hey, hook it up, please." And then, yeah, she sent me the paperwork, and I don't know where she is now because that's the last time I talked to her. But hopefully, she, hopefully she
Hopefully it worked.
helped and was able to get it. No, just having that there though is awesome.
And,
Yeah,
I know some people probably are embarrassed to, ask for help.
that's what
Mhm.
it
However,
is.
we try and keep it as quiet as possible, like
Yeah.
seamless as possible. Keisha is very good about that. That's our membership director. So just making sure people feel comfortable to ask
Mhm.
and do it. I don't know. And for me in Las Vegas, I needed help at one point before I was a staff member. My husband was gone. We had 3 kiddos. My third one was ready for preschool, and they helped me afford preschool to
Oh,
get him
wow.
into preschool. So I've used it. So
Yeah.
it's awesome that they do
Yes.
that.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, no, that's amazing. All kinds of things.
Yeah.
Why is great.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people, going through the Y. Either they're trying to be a member or, doing something else around there. As a family, what do you think is one of the biggest health challenges that, they face today as
For
a
a
family?
family, as a
Yeah.
family, being too busy and not and I'll put my hand up on this one. Like,
Mhm.
I've been there, done that, and am there. Being so busy, you cannot do a family meal and you cannot cook healthy. Like, it's a frozen pizza tonight. You know what I mean? So, and it should never be shunned upon parents that they have to do that. Like, that's not
Yeah.
totally a bad thing. But when you have to do it every day, and it can wear on you and your family. So
Mhm.
all I can say, and it's what my husband and I try to do all the time, is, pick 2 or 3 days a week that it's you guys are all home to eat dinner together, have a decent dinner. And I would say food is probably the hardest part right now with grocery
Mhm.
prices, with being busy, and also it's summertime. That's
Yeah.
different. Like
Yeah.
schedules are way different. So
No, that's true.
yeah.
Shoot, that's something that me and Kelsey talked about today too. Is we want to make sure that we at least have one meal a day together as a family. That's important.
Yeah.
Is to be able to sit down, have a meal, and just talk about the day. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody's going through something and we don't catch it. We want to make sure we do our best to help them out. Or, I mean, even if they have the best day, and
Yeah.
they're excited to tell us about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's opportunity right there. It's like,
Checking in
what?
is huge with your
Yep.
kiddos because now I deal with 3 teenagers. You just wanna make sure you're checking in, and
Mhm.
that's the best time to do it. So,
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. No, that's and I didn't think too much about it before until, having a family is that, that meal. You hear about it on the movies and stuff. You're like, "Oh, family dinner." And yeah, it is important.
yeah.
Brian, listen up, dude.
Well, I
Yeah.
okay. Yes, sir.
Gotta get on to him sometimes, all the time, actually.
Yep.
So going on to the next part, okay? So, like I mentioned in the beginning of this episode, you are the one that hired me at that Briargate YMCA.
I don't know
What are
why.
some what did you say?
What?
Talking smack. I knew he was gonna do this. Every
Yeah, I don't
time.
know. Who were you guys that short of staff?
Yeah. You know what, dude?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. That's it. You came at me first, dude.
Oh.
Whatever, dude. But one of the biggest questions that I get from other people trying to become a trainer or are a trainer but want to get, better or get hired is what is that certification to get? Because there's so many
There's so many.
certifications out there where it's like, is this the one or is this the one? Should I get this one? Oh, this one seems like too good to be true. As somebody who brings on personal trainers, what do you recommend other people to go for?
So,
It's
you
some-
and I have NASM. I do like NASM, that's one of my top ones, and then ACE, there's an ACE
Mhm.
certification. There's many different certifications. I'm sure if you looked up personal training certifications, they would list them all. But for the Y, we take mainly NASM, ACE. We are taking ISSA now. And then I have a new supervisor. You have a new head supervisor, I guess what is what you call him, Jeremy Strom. He also brought us Institute of Motion, which that's another certification we're offering at the Y right now for a cheaper rate. I highly recommend that one. So it's if someone's interested, they can come see me because I would love that is my part the part of the job I have right now is to help people get where they want to be. And I would totally help them and walk them through that.
What are some of the qualities that you look at when hiring a personal trainer?
So to me, personal trainers all have their own sparkle, is what I call it. So
Be looking like that, dude.
a lot of different personalities. So
It's over
many
judging.
different personalities can work for many different people. And at the Y, we do a jump start, which is a time for a member to meet a trainer for free for 1 hour to go over their goals and all of the things. However, when I talk to a member, I tell them if that one's not a fit for you, I completely understand and we'll
Mhm.
set you up with someone else because you're working out with that person. You're
Mhm.
telling them your life. So personalities are huge. And the qualities I look for, I mean, it's just being kind. It's attentive, respectful is huge. And
Mhm.
of course, certifications are a thing, but we can always, help get more certifications. There's also like corrective exercise. There's so many other avenues you can learn, but or being like where you could adapt to different things and you can modify for your clients is huge. Overall for me is respect, kindness, just like the Y core values and caring and being respectful. And what I miss, caring, respectful, responsible. That's huge,
Oh yeah, that's very
and organized. So
yeah. No, because one of the biggest things that you'll see as a trainer is a lot of people don't respect. Well, I'm not saying a lot of people, but there's people that don't respect your time, and they'll either show up really late or not show up at all without any type of communication. And that's I always say you gotta have mutual respect for our time. I know things happen as part of it, and just, you know, be mindful of that because somebody's time is worth a lot.
Yep.
So it
Well,
could be
that
somebody
goes both
else's training.
ways. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's both
Yeah.
ways, member and the
Oh,
personal,
yeah.
you know? So
Mhm.
respect is
What do you
huge.
what through I mean, your job, what is, like, one of the craziest, I guess, rudest, most irresponsible
Employee Omar Torres.
employee
What?
situation
She said Omar?
situation that you have encountered?
Well, there was a recent one. So, what can hurt me is the fact that I always try and make sure someone can, cover a class or cover a small group or cover ninja zone, and I will reach out to every branch, every healthy living director to see, is there anybody that can cover this? And then unfortunately I couldn't find that. And some parent emailed me quite upset, not understanding all the avenues I
Yeah.
tried. And then I offered 2 makeup offerings that week and a refund if need be, and I still got
Mm.
a rude email.
You got a
So,
middle finger.
yeah, it would be nice if people would think outside the box and not just be
Yeah.
straight looking straight ahead. Like there's so many they don't understand all the things we go through or what we do,
Yeah.
and I am huge on making sure the members are happy and my staff are happy. And that's the biggest thing for me too is my staff need to be happy and respected, and I expect that. Like if I expect members to respect you
Yeah.
guys. You know that.
Yep. No, that's true.
And then as far as staff, I did have one that gave me a little PTSD, not gonna lie.
That's
Only
crazy.
one out of the whole group. I've been there 6.5 years.
Omar does the same thing to me every time, so I get you there. I get you 1000%.
It's only one time.
But, I think a lot of times when people are like that, they're just thinking of themselves. They're not
Yeah.
thinking of all the things that go on or knowing of all the things that happen
Yeah.
behind the closed doors, you know what I mean? So, I
Yeah, I
try to
always
think, well, we're doing our job, we're doing good, and they're just cranky. So,
That's
No,
all.
yeah. I always think about looking at the other side, so looking at the different perspective, seeing what they see and the reason behind it. Because I mean, shoot, even in today's world, there's always people gonna have different opinions, and somebody's always gotta be right. You just always gotta, keep to yourself and,
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, but that's not necessarily my cup of tea." Be respectful, because I know sometimes I'll I'll hold my tongue or I'll bite my tongue. There's been a few times even at the Y where people get a little crazy, and I just
Yeah.
like even
I
on
say,
the gym,
yeah.
whenever I have a new person coming on, and then some people get mad because I'm holding up the line, and they just start huffing and puffing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you've been through this too, like
I know you've done this.
My
You've been the
gosh.
person holding them up.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
Some
I just
people.
like that
I
that
do have to say, yesterday I helped, or maybe it was the day before, but I helped a older lady that just couldn't. She just wasn't able to understand how it goes and how the line goes and I stood there. All the members were really kind and understanding and knew I was trying to help her. And finally, I got her to follow the guy that she was behind because there's certain machines she couldn't use. So
Mhm.
you can't, like, she didn't understand you couldn't cut. You have to
yeah.
stay in the system still.
Yeah.
And so everyone was so kind and thanking me. And that was a good experience. Like,
Fuck
that
yeah.
was nice that
Good.
no one got cranky about that whole situation. They were all, she did. She was,
Yeah.
kept, I'm 83. I'm like, doesn't matter how old you are, you still got to
Yeah.
go in the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good experience. So
That's one
there's some
thing that
good
I've
things,
noticed too, is there's like a sense of entitlement, no matter the age. Because I thought like, well, these young bucks are no, it's all ages.
all ages.
Like, come on. I think one big one was the music. Was like, we don't want to listen to that. Like, it's just music, man. Put your headphones on.
Right. Do you go to a grocery store and tell the grocery store you don't like the music while you're shopping? Like,
Seriously,
seriously, go
I'm
work
sure they
out.
do.
Or
right? You probably
the
do.
one that gets me all the time is people will tell me that they are what is it? Too cold. And I'm
Oh
like,
god.
well, work out harder.
Yeah,
Because if
right?
you're not feeling the sweat,
That's right.
then you're not working out.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Quit wearing that dang tube top too.
yes,
I don't know.
dress warmer.
It's just I don't know. Yeah,
Go get
wear
in
I
the
wear
dress warmer.
sauna.
sweater.
Get in the sauna. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Sheesh.
But
No, that's awesome. Yeah, that's one. Whenever, okay, I'm gonna do a few questions. This is gonna be pretty fast. But when it comes to working out, what do you prefer? Because I mean, this is one of the debates that me and Brian usually go to. Because I'm a morning person usually, and he's afternoon. But what do you like prefer?
so what's funny is I like either 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. I don't have
Interesting.
like I used to love to work out in my garage at 6 a.m. and get my
Yeah.
workout done because I knew people would interrupt me for the day.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
need to get back at that.
Me
Let's
too.
get it. Well, she trained with me, and she was
Yeah.
doing stuff. Okay, she was lifting some heavy weight, good form and everything.
Time out, time out, time out, time out, time out. We're not gonna
Omar is
disrespect Jill
awesome.
like that. We're not gonna disrespect Jill like that, okay? We know Jill can do things, okay?
Yeah,
Come on,
right, dude.
Omar.
You're right, dude. You're right. You can still do things. Okay,
She does things. Shout out
that's right.
Jill.
Shout out. Yeah, he's gotta do that sometime. He's gotta
So
let me
so
do
I
some.
will say something, Jill, about Omar, something that I do
Okay, come on.
find one of his I'm being for real here. A great trait of his is that he's good with feedback, you know? If I tell him something is not correct or if I try to give him some criticism, he doesn't take it personal. And no matter how many times I shoot it back to him, he always improves it, always improves it, always improves it till he gets it right. It never
Yeah,
gets this which is awesome to me, you know,
which
because
I
I know a lot of
agree.
people
Yeah. Yeah.
who take it the wrong way. Like, no, Omar, he's always trying to improve and never takes it the wrong way or takes it personal. Like, no, man, we're here doing something. We're trying to build something here, and he's so great with that. Which Omar, I've given you plenty of kudos on that before. But so Jill, so anytime you see anything wrong with Omar, please get on him. Get on him. There's no mercy here. So
But
don't hold back.
that's
I give
one
it.
thing, like with personal trainers, we have to accept constructive criticism.
Yeah.
That's just part of the job. Like, and we always want to improve. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
huge.
very true.
Yeah, absolutely, and
That's yeah.
that's constructive criticism. I couldn't think of the word, but yeah, that's what it is. Omar is, like I said, it's one of his number one qualities. I think it is, and his communication skills are phenomenal too. So shout out to Omar because he does a really good
You
job.
already got the job, man. You don't have
I, well,
to.
I know, but again, I was kind
You're
of dogging
rehired.
on, I was dogging Omar earlier, and so I was just trying to hype him back up because, and again, I don't know if maybe you guys, which doesn't sound like it, but if maybe Joe was like, maybe I could tell Omar to do this, but I don't want to offend him. No, he does good with that criticism. He needs tell him what needs to be done and how to do it, and he will do it.
Yep.
He doesn't take it personal. And that's really good because a lot of people do. A lot of people you can't tell people to change or to do something a
We know
different way
one.
because they're like, this is how I do it. It's how I've always done it. So
Yeah.
shout out to him.
I'd
Oh
say
yeah.
we know one person like that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I'm sure we all
Well,
do. Because I always tell people like if I'm going there to work, I'm like, hey, you tell me if I'm doing this wrong. I'm not gonna take it. I'd rather you tell me I'm doing wrong than me just continuing to do it the wrong way.
yep.
Right.
Because that's
Exactly.
what good is that
And
gonna do me?
I tell everyone, if I forget, remind me because
Yeah.
like we stated, I have a lot of moving parts in my position and I can forget. I'm human
Hmm.
and I want to know about it. Or if you feel like I could do something better, I want to hear about it.
Yep. Yep.
So,
That's true. No, and
yeah.
I always, whenever we have our meetings, I always bug her. I'm like, tell me
Okay,
if I'm
Omar.
doing
Come
anything
on, get
wrong.
that. Omar, now you're just brown nosing, dude. Back
But he
off here.
does.
Nope. That's that's for everybody though. Like, if you want to get better,
Hmm.
and there's people that mean a lot to you for improving, let them know.
Yes.
Ask them,
Yep.
hey, what can I do to do better? What can I do to help the team grow or progress in a certain way? What can I do?
'Cause that's what I
That's
always
like
do
the
as
biggest
well,
thing.
which I don't like when people say, "No, you're doing a great." I mean, I like it, but I'll tell me something I can improve on, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not really helping me
Right.
by saying, "Oh, doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing." Cool story, bro, but I know there's ways I can improve. I know there's other stuff that I could be better at. So that's why I always like that criticism or just constructive criticism. Help me be better. Because I feel like I do a great job, sure, but I know I can be better at it or more efficient at it. Or there's something that I'm missing here. What can I do better?
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't tell me like, oh no, you're doing a great job because they don't want to offend somebody. But for me, I'm like, no, tell me because I want to be better. I'm not here to be complacent or just do it to the bare minimum. I want to do it great and do better every time.
That's
Makes
true.
Mhm.
That's true. And that's why I do, poke back a little bit with if somebody asks me, like, what can I do? I take a minute. I don't just say, "Oh, no, you're good, you're good." I take a minute, be like, "Let me get back to you." Because sometimes at the moment, we're not really thinking about those small things that might need or, could help somebody. So I'll be like, "Okay, hang on, let me think about it, let me look it over if there's something that was sent to me," and then I'll see something. If it needs to be corrected or just my opinion, what I think would be better in that
Mhm,
case, because that's appreciated.
Yeah.
mhm.
So
Well,
people
and they
aren't
know you
asking.
researched and you asked and you found out. Like, I'm a huge believer in saying not saying, "I don't know."
Yeah.
I may not know right now, but let me find out for you.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
No,
So,
and yeah, that's a big one.
let me
That
think
I
about
have to even tell my boys, I'm like, "Hey, you don't know, that's okay, but find out. Go back, to, the book or whatever, find out why you don't know or what the answer is. Don't just give me 'I don't know,'
Yeah.
because that's not good. It's not good enough."
And it is good.
Not
Sorry, it is
Gotta
good
go.
to give people their kudos, though. Don't get it twisted. I do appreciate the kudos, and people do need the kudos every now and then. But like I said, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's about showing them like, hey, this is going great. This is great. We can improve if you want to. We can
Exactly.
still improve here. We got some room for improvement here. But hey, you're doing great. You've been progressing. You're doing great things. Because I know I've done it before where I maybe am critiquing way too much. Where I'm just like, keep those elbows in, or do this, or do that. Like, but then they're like, and then when I do say something good, they're like, finally, gosh, I'm just like, my fault. Well,
I call it the Oreo. Good, stuff you need to fix,
yep,
good
good,
again.
yeah,
So,
There you go.
I like
it's
that.
good. Yeah.
Make it into a little sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think that's people would ask me, I think it was Kelsey Zant asked me some feedback on something, and I just thinking like this, but I don't think I gave a positive, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have done that
it
because they
happens.
probably hate me now.
We
They
live and we
did
learn.
block me on Facebook, but that's probably what it was.
I'm a
I've
fan.
been trying to figure out why.
Block on more. Block on more.
Anyways, what is one message that you would like to relay to other people in regard to health and wellness to help them become a better version of themselves?
Day by day, and set your goals. Set goals for
Oh,
yourself that you can accomplish and you can achieve.
there we
So,
go.
yep, and make
Love
sure
it.
you take time for yourself
There you
in
go.
recovery and wellness.
That
That's
part.
important too.
Yes.
And find the thing you
Recovery.
like to do for yourself.
Yes, yes. That's another reason why we do this, because there's always different ways to be active. Find something that you enjoy and do it. Get
Yes.
up. What's your thing?
Before I get to my thing, I do love that. I'm gonna get to Joe real quick.
Okay.
Because we get so busy, everybody's busy nowadays. So I do love that you're telling them to, take that moment for yourself. Forget
Yeah.
everything else. Tell them no, hey, or like I said, just send that message like, let me holler at you in an hour, or let me talk to you tomorrow. But take that moment for yourself, because I mean that's life changing right there by just taking that moment for yourself once a day or however many times you can get it throughout the week to take that moment for yourself. So get up, get out, and get active.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one that I was
I like
thinking of.
that. Get up. I
Yeah.
need that.
That's yeah. That's true. So, are there any big upcoming events happening in the Y?
Oh, we just had senior games.
That's true.
That was amazing. I seen Omar send me some of them pictures. Oh my goodness, that's
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, two of my
mind blowing.
Also,
dudes
That's
in there.
crazy.
Good stuff.
what do we have coming? Gosh, that's a stumpy question. I don't
There's
remember.
the golf thing.
Oh,
I keep
yes,
trying
the
to get the
golf thing.
boys to do that with me.
Oh, that is in August, I believe,
Oh,
this
Is it?
year. Yeah, Stars and Stripes, huge,
There's time, dude. Let's go. Sign up. Let's
and the
whack some
money
balls.
goes towards annual support campaign. And then Stars and
are
Stripes.
pros
We'll
are
have our
pros
annual
allowed?
dinner. Do
Are
what?
pros allowed in the golf thing?
You're not a pro, dude. You're not a pro.
If you're a
You're
pro,
not a
can you
pro.
sign up for this golf tournament? 'Cause I'm a
Yes.
pro.
And then upcoming in September, we'll have our annual dinner, which also helps kiddos be able to do programs that they can't afford, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Shout out the
I know
Y.
as a parent, all these events that help, kids, parents get in the Y, get in the programs, it's important
Mhm.
because even shoot, I get a good discount being staff. But for people wanting to put their kids in sports, it can be a big burden because I mean they want to put them in, but it's also money, whether it's equipment, getting them in there, travel, all that stuff. But the Y has awesome stuff where they can help out. I think the sports director guy was telling me or telling us, the coaches, that they got a bunch of gear too from
Yeah.
one of the sports stores that closed down that they were just, helping people out. So if they were struggling with getting certain gear, they find ways to help
Oh,
those
wow.
kids out. So I thought that was
Yeah.
awesome.
That is
They
Whether
had
it's
awesome.
cleats
cleats,
and
shin guards,
pants and
all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
Y is always
And
doing
then
stuff.
if anyone wants Ninja Zone,
Ninja Zone.
me, ask me. Learn some ninja
Yep.
moves. So
Ninja move. Or stuff.
so right now we have 3 to 5 year olds, 6 to 8, 9 to 11,
Just trying
and
to get
we're
in there.
hoping to grow it and get new equipment so we can do some teenagers. So
Well, maybe I can get him.
building.
You can teach, dude.
Oh, yes, I can.
Become a ninja trainer.
Heck
Be a
yeah.
sensei. Is that what
And I
you call
am looking for more
it?
coaches.
There you go, dude.
Colorado,
Step your
Colorado, here
game
I
up.
come.
Add
Yeah.
to your resume.
Yeah.
Ninja trainer.
Coach. Ninja
Coach.
coach.
Ninja coach.
Ninja
Sorry.
coach.
My apologies.
Get it right.
Fired already.
But
No,
yeah.
it's awesome. I appreciate you coming on, Jill. It's been great talking to you. I mean,
Absolutely.
just learning where your health journey began and what you do for the Y and how amazing you're doing to make
Yes.
sure people get up, get out, get active. Right, Brian?
Yes.
So
Love it.
that's
Thank you so much
amazing.
for letting me be on here. It was a
Oh,
great
yeah.
time. So
Absolutely.
Hopefully, we'll have you back on. There's some
yeah.
stuff that I've been talking to somebody that we need to get on, and that'll be a good one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That'll be
we'll
fun.
we'll talk to our audience about that later once we, draw it out. Maybe go live, Ryan. Go live so we can get some people Q&As and stuff.
Shout out. Yep.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, like I
I
said.
appreciate you guys. Thank you.
And I say that every day because, I mean, even with my kids and stuff, having that opportunity to be in that environment, because environment is important for the kids and how they grow up. And the Y is a great environment to be a part of, especially if you have kids. But it's for everybody. So
And
let's
I
get it.
appreciate you
Hey,
too, Jill, for taking care of
Yeah.
this young man here. I know he's a handful, but just please just help me take care of this guy. Please.
Well, it's nice meeting you too. So
As
thank
well,
you.
Jill.
Yeah.
the new Cheers to Health
Oh, you got it?
podcast, 4th of July.
I'm still
shirts.
waiting on mine.
Oh, that's cool.
Stand up and go to the left. I think that's your left. Now, yep, nope, yep, right there.
That's awesome.
Sick, dude.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Celebrate America.
When did that
Trying
come
to
in?
think last week. But yeah, check it out. Get one of those. Celebrate America with Cheers to Health.
Shout out.
Like you said, thank you, Jill.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Jill. Pleasure
Yeah.
meeting
everything
you, Jill. Thank you so much.
Pleasure meeting you guys. Thank you so
and
much.
cheers.
Cheers to health. Have a good one.
You too. Peace.
Sweet.